Hi folks, Matthew here from the Good Spirits Company along with my colleague Roddy. We're going to talk about 2 or 3 of the blends we've got on our shelves. In fact, 2 or 3 blends we have on our shelf. Just briefly, just with the kind of resurgence of blends in the last few years, we've started to see sales really grow, and we just wanted to highlight 2 or 3 that are sitting on our shelves that we think are worth talking about.
Yeah. As always, we rotate through different products. We're always looking for new things to stock. But these are a little bit more of a fixture at the moment, just because our customers seem to like them, and they're bottlings that we like ourselves. So starting with one of the giants of the blended whiskey category, Johnnie Walker, with its distinctive square bottle. This is the newest addition to the Johnnie Walker portfolio, core range. So this is Johnnie Walker Black Ruby, which was introduced late last year. As you might guess from the name, the change that they've made here versus the Johnnie Walker Black is that they are using some of the whiskies that are going into it have been matured in red wine casks, and then there's also some sherry cask influence as well. So it's a sweeter style than the standard JW Black. It's perhaps aimed at people who are newer to whiskey, who want something softer. And I think, Matt, you were saying that it's going to be big in cocktails this year.
Well, I think that's been included in the Diageo do a big international cocktail competition every year. That's probably the most important cocktail competition globally, called World Class. And this is one of the core ingredients they're going to be using this year for this year's World Class. So it'll be really interesting to see what comes out of all the amazing bartenders that enter the competition, see what they come up with the Black Ruby. Yeah. But certainly we've been selling a reasonable amount of it, and it's great to see something new from Johnnie Walker on the shelves.
Yeah. And we do like a whiskey cocktail. We make some ourselves from time to time. Our second whiskey today is from Adelphi, and this is their private stock reserve blended whiskey, which this particular iteration of it is peated, or it has a peaty flavour profile, which we were speculating about where that might come from based on the ownership, but speculating on the basis of 0 facts. So Adelphi are also the owners of Ardmurchin Distillery,
which famously makes some of its whiskey as peated.
Yes, aye, and it seems like a reasonable assumption that the peatiness might come from Ardmurchin, but as I say, we are speculating on the basis of no facts at all.
But certainly this is a kind of step up from the classic private stock blend, which is their kind of core range that they do for occasional release, maybe a couple of times a year. And this one is their reserve. So you said it's matured in a Solera?
Yes, as with the standard private reserve and private stock.
Bottle at 46%. So certainly a kind of more robust example of that, and is certainly excellent whiskey.
Yes,
as always from these guys. And then finally we've got the brand new batch 2 of James Eadie's Trademark X blended Scotch whisky. This is their 100 proof range bottling. So last year we were delighted with the first batch of this, so it's great to see this re-upped as a second batch. So they take their standard blended whisky, their Trademark X, which is a recreation of a historic blend that was created by James Eadie, maybe, when was that, 100 years ago or so?
Well, it's the mid 19th century.
1854, there we go.
The Eadie was a publican, and as was the case in the 19th century, I mean, Johnnie Walker got his start as a grocer, blending tea and whiskey for his customers, and his blending skills were such that he was able to expand. In the same way, Eadie, as a publican, was buying malts and grains from the distilleries and blending it to his recipe. So that brand went defunct in the 20th century, but it's been revived in the 21st, and they've gone back to the original recipe books to I mean, obviously you can't exactly replicate something from 150 years ago.
No, because distilling styles change, and varieties of barley change, and yeast types change.
Yeah, there would have been far more smoke in mid 19th century whiskies to our palates than there is now. But it's a good quality blend from one of the indie bottlers that we like a lot for their single malts.
Very much so.
So yeah, these three, the Johnie Walker retails for £38.50. The Adelphi retails for £41, and the James Eadie 100 proof Trademark X is a flat £40.
Which is remarkable value for something at 57%.
Yes, aye.
So yeah,
they're obviously all no age statement whiskies, but tasting them, there's some mature stock in there at least. They're not raw. They're nice and rich and
I think
big things.
It's also about value, isn't it? It's about having whiskies that you can keep at the front of your cabinet. You can
to give to people that you don't want to give the good stuff to.
No, to protect the other. So there are on occasion, when you're reaching into your cabinet, you might have had 2 or 3 drams, and you're feeling a bit, you've got the druth, and you're thinking, what's next? Having drams like this at the front will protect you from opening something that you probably want to save for a special occasion.
Aye.
Yeah, excellent.
Yes.
Great. Right, folks, nice to see you. Thanks, Roddy. That was great fun.
See you next time.
See you soon.